check. Okay, I see on the monitor that we are live. This is kind of a late night live stream for me, um, but I'm sure that all the American viewers can maybe tune in, so that's all good. Today we're going to talk about the Mercedes-Benz S-Class, one of the finest cars you can buy in modern times, basically. It's really what the Mercedes brand is standing for. Um, Big cars, luxurious. The sound installation is great. A lot of great engine options. Um, when you do lots of miles, especially in Europe or in Germany itself, this is like a small private jet on wheels. So S classes are very expensive when they are new, but they depreciate very fast. Because let's say, for instance, you buy the V12 model, the top of the range, um, maintenance is also very expensive. And people that usually buy them, they buy them through the company. You know, nobody's gonna spend 200,000 euros or more on a car. Um, it's always go through the company, so it's a company asset. Uh, that's all fine because that's all tax based and stuff. Um, but that means that when you want to buy it, it's going to be cheap. And the only reason why it's cheap is because the maintenance bills can potentially be very expensive. So buying the car is not a big issue, but maintaining and driving the car on a regular basis, that will be expensive. But still, if you have a company, you know, and you don't want to buy a new Benz, a second-hand S-Class, there are loads of options out there. So today we're going to just look at Mercedes-Benz S-Class for under 20k. So we go to my favorite car website again. Mercedes-Benz S-Class. S-Class. And the only thing we're going to give in here is 20,000 euros worth of cash. So that this will give me different generations S-Class, which is exactly what I want. I'm not going to define if it has to be petrol or diesel. Just show me what you got, right? This is our budget, this is what we want, and this is what I'm going to show you. So without further ado, 2003. That's a long time ago, right? 2003 is 18 years ago. For a 320 CDI, which is a diesel, 3k. But it says 180,000 kilometers driven, which is not much for these kind of diesels. So just 3k. If you need to make lots of miles for 2 or 3 years and this car is good, I think you laugh your ass off. I really think so. 320 CDI, 2003 diesel automatic. I don't like the rims. These are like E-Class rims. But anyway, let's not judge by the cover. This is the W220 model. We did a review on my channel about this one. I think from the looks of it, this is the most beautiful S-Class out there. But that's my opinion. Oh, some sides are just so crappy. Okay, we gotta do this, like this. Classic Mercedes-Benz lines of the 2000s. Gotta love it. So this is a CDI engine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cylinder. And this is from the old school. So reliability-wise, they're pretty good. Emissions-wise, you probably can't enter all the cities no more, especially here in the Netherlands and Germany. They're getting more, certain diesels, especially this is like early 2000s, you can't enter big cities no more. Because back then they didn't take emissions into account. They just wanted to build a good engine, no matter what the cost would be. And in the long run, this is better for the environment. But now we're also focused on CO2 too much. And these engines didn't take that into consideration. So, yeah, take that as you may. Let's see. Can we go back? Classic Mercedes. Yeah, I like this. I like this. Some people would say this a little bit vulgar, but I like it this way. A little bit wood, a little bit leather. It's looking good. Just 1 second. Yeah, we're still streaming. Just wanted to make sure. Hey, if you had to enter the car in the morning and look at this, I wouldn't be mad. Moving on. 83 Mercedes-Benz S-Class 380 SEL, which is the long wheel based version. 90,000 kilometers driven. Okay, this might be a museum piece or something, but who's going to drive this on a daily basis? But look at it. Okay, people know, and you know, that this is an old car. But you know what I respect about Mercedes-Benz from this era? That these kind of cars, they are built properly. Their exhaust is smoking. You can smell the oil. It's probably not very efficient when it comes to fuel, but it will serve you for a lifetime. And me personally, I respect that. I respect that. It's just built to last. Because if an engineer knows how something can last long and it's reliable, in my book, you're a hero, But nowadays, that's not the case anymore. We all have these kind of rules in place. And, the big CEOs, they buy a new S-Class and they buy it, they drive it for 3-4 years, kick it down, and then they buy a new car. It's all on the company. No private individual will buy a car like this. Not even a rapper. They would lease an S-Class if they have to. Nobody buys these kind of cars. Only enthusiasts like us, I guess, secondhand. But look at this. 83. I wouldn't say it's sexy, but I know this is when Mercedes built the best cars. And sorry guys out there in Stuttgart, I think. That's just facts. The company now is run by accountants, not by engineers anymore, and it just shows in the products, Yeah, this is 80s stuff, Look at America in the 80s, look at Europe in the 80s, and this stuff lasts. It just lasts. They still need to build the reputation. That's S-Class is. And cars like this is just a showcase that they could make very durable, very good cars. This is for the 80s. For the 80s. The backer stereo, saw that before. Classic Mercedes-Benz dials. But I'm not gonna give you a suggestion that you should go for a car like this. This is really a car like this should be a Sunday car. If you take the family somewhere, even if you live in Europe, right, and you like Mercedes as a brand, you can respect it, the engineering that goes into it, and you're a little bit handy. Look at this. It probably still has a carburetor on top of the engine, not fuel injected or anything. This is very basic but reliable technology, and you still can do some stuff on it yourself if you're handy. But nowadays it's just not possible anymore. And these cars, from A to Z, everything is taken care of. Everything is with the focus of reliability and longevity. And I love that. I just love that. Not even if you keep the car 2-3 years, I want to get the feeling every time I get into the car that this car is just built to last. I like that stuff. I really do. It's just not the case anymore with Mercedes. Moving on. We have a W140 320. Oh, this is a petrol, so this is 3.2, probably V6, 5K. I like the W140. I really do. I can't deny. This looks like it's been imported or something. I can tell by the license plate and maybe the lights. But let's check it out. Can we just scroll through some pictures? Okay. Yeah, this looks like it's been imported. Yeah, I can tell by the license plate. This is imported. But it's probably not even imported from Germany. It's probably imported from the United States. So classic bands. Yeah, I don't know. It's yeah, classic. It's not classy, but it's classic. Let me put it like that. But I when you drive this at night on the German autobahn and you even fly 140, 150 kilometers an hour, you have some nice background music, you have a couple of friends in the back seat, man, you're gonna have the time of your life. And you're gonna drive a car that even in 2021 is just gonna feel like it belongs in this age. That's how much R&D Mercedes spend on cars like this. And it's probably not the best S-Class, but this is for damn sure the S-Class that Mercedes spent the most money on. The W140. They put a lot of R&D in this car. A lot. This should beat Lexus. They should beat everybody. And they did. But they they spent more money on the car to develop it, to produce it, to market it and everything. The next one, this is the W140 that ran from, out at the top of my head, 91 to I think 98. So the whole 90s. And the W220 that ran from 99 to 2005-ish. So basically the 2000s, the early 2000s. And this one was for the 90s. And then we still had a race between the Japanese with Lexus. We had the Cadillac, which was never really a big brand here in Europe. But it was all about Mercedes-Benz and BMW here in Europe. We had Toyota for the reliability, and Toyota makes some pretty good cars in the 90s. But here in Europe, this was the shit. This was just it. The W140. Princess Diana had one. A lot of royalties had one. A lot of dictators had the W140. This is just a time capsule. If you have a nice car, and there's plenty of videos out there on YouTube, the W140, I mean, that's a dream to own. Also for me. It's not a particularly beautiful car, but it just has something about it that it just says, this is like the best of the best when it comes to the 90s. And I'm a 90s kid. I'm nostalgic about this. I like it. You know, I like the W140, I like the W124, which was the E-Class. Yeah, I think I'm a Mercedes kind of person. I am. Anyway, let's move on. Let's see what else we can get. Here we got an old one, the 420, which is the V8, I think. 7K, looking good. Let's just check it out. Long wheelbase. Okay, 95, that's old. Yes, it's old. Okay, what's happening? What did I do? Go back. Dealer side. I didn't do nothing. Okay, we have to find the car again. Fiat Bertone. It's interesting. Oh, come on. Why you gotta do this to me? Okay, let's move on then. 95. Still a lot of money. But also not a whole lot of kilometers. This is a 600, 20k, just under budget, 94, 106,000 kilometers driven. The 600 is probably the V12. Yeah, come on, look at this. Ah, this is stylish. Yes. Um, I'm lost for words. This is stylish. Yes. Does it ooze quality? Yes. Does it ooze great engineering? Yes. Um, does it show that you have great taste? No. This is just a thing with old Benzes, right? Now everyone can drive in it, and usually it's the people that you don't want to see driving these kind of cars driving around. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I respect it, but if you have this on the driveway, let's say for instance, and you really respect the engineering and whatever, people are gonna look at you a certain way if you have this in the driveway. But yeah, you really care? Look at this. Oh man, I'm laughing my ass off. V12 in a coupe. Back then it was all possible. Look at that. This is just the 90s, right? This is it. This was the best of the best. White leather, great seats. I don't know, maybe a 5 or 6 speed, maybe even automatic. I think maybe even 4 speed because it's the V12. We'll see later. Everything electronic from the seats, head recliner, everything. This one looking pretty good shape. Or somebody cleaned it well. Kilometers, that's nothing. But who buys this? Who would invest 20k in a car like this? I mean, I think you will laugh your ass off to have a car like this. Look at this, how it looks. This is a small coupe, but they have 4 big seats in it. Gotta love it. Let's go over some specs before we move on. Okay, so under 400 horsepower, 94. It was built a 12-cylinder, 6-liter 12-cylinder, 400 horsepower. So it's also not stressed to the point that it will break. A second. 4-speed, 2-door. Yeah, not much more to say. What can I say? These are the rims that you should have. That's what I want to add. And I like the paint job. It looks like it's black, but it's very dark green. That coupled together with the white leather interior. Yeah. I feel that. I feel it. Okay, let's move on. Okay, we had enough of this kind of car. This is a W140. This is a W221, I think. 2008, a 500, an S500 for 15k. So now you're entering 2005, 2006-ish, the new S-Class for, yeah, the mid-2000s. Styling wise, it also grew on me because, yeah, in the beginning I was just thinking this is like a whale, a great whale, right? But Mercedes took another step, especially with the entertainment and stuff like this. And now we look at it, this is 2008, but now you laugh at it. You know, iPads everywhere, but I don't need that. I got a phone and I can do everything with it. I don't need that kind of stuff in my car because it can break. The classic Mercedes dials are gone. This is like projected. You have night vision and everything as an option right here in the display. So this is already in, I'm not sure if it's LCD, but it's just a display. But I like it. somehow in gray with these rims. It does look good. Sunroof, nice rims. Yeah, it's the Mercedes are really items, right? It just makes you feel a certain way. And I'm sure you can drive this car for hours and hours and you won't feel tired. Still a lot of money, but you also still get a lot of money in return. I don't know what this costed back in 2008. Um, you know, we're moving into an electric age. We all know that. We're being pushed, we're being forced through news media, whatever it takes. We know this stuff is coming. So, we've been sitting at home during this corona crisis for 1.5 years. And if you don't really have a nice goal or anything, and you got some money to blow, and you know how many kilometers you drive, and you still have some kids, and you have a wife, and sometimes you take a drive, less than 20K, you got this. Think about that stuff. And I know this is not for everybody, but look at this. When you have this on a driveway, it's not going to solve all your problems. It will not. But look at it. Just for one time in your life, you know? Before everything turns electric and boring, you're going to have yourself a V8 Mercedes-Benz S-Class. The best of the best. You know, in German they say, das Beste oder nichts, right? So only the best is good enough. I like that. You know, that's just a good statement. And that's a good mission. Moving on, before I upset any people out there. Let's just see. Old ones. S55 AMG. You gotta love it. And what does he say? He say, okay, laugh at me here. So this is a Mercedes-Benz S-Class S55 AMG long wheelbase in virgin white. I'm sure it's nothing virgin when it comes to the back seat, but it's great. And they say this is the first owner. 85,000 kilometers. Man, you gotta love, man, I love this car. I love a W220. I think that's the most beautiful S-Class when you ask me. Just something about it. But it's not the best S-Class. Again, we already did a buying review on these kind of cars, but look at it. You gotta love it, man. I want to see the power output later. I have no idea no more. Gotta be around close to 400 horsepower, but I'm curious. You don't need more for the Autobahn than this. Yeah, classic detailing. Also what the C-Class had, the W213, also my favorite C-Class. Also been looking at it, also made a review about it. V8 compressor. Man, what a car. Let's see if we can skip a little bit. This is even with the, yeah, this is all the options. I'm sure has loads of options. This is ridiculous. Not even 90,000 kilometers for a car this old. I don't trust that. Who buys this and keeps it for so long? V8 compressor. You want the S55. You want the S55 more than you want the S63. Because the S55 has a longer track record. It's the 5.5 liter V8 with a compressor indeed. But it has a longer track record and the engine isn't overstressed. So I'm gonna show you the power output just a little bit later, but just keep this in mind. The S55, the E and the S55 AMG, those are the ones to get. Prost. Not even 90K. Okay, this is aftermarket Android stuff, I guess. Looks like it's from the Netherlands. From the Hague area. CL65, I don't know what kind. Okay, let's just back out here. Okay. 5-speed automatic. Yes, these are all the options. Okay. 504 horsepower. Okay, that's plenty. 250 horsepower, which is 155 miles limited. It goes 0 to 100 kilometers, 0 to 60 under 4.8 seconds. Average consumption is 13.2 liters on 100 kilometers. Average. I'm sure it uses a lot in the city. It had 8 cylinders, 5.5 liters of displacement. It has 700 newton meters of torque, so this car is always pulling, and it has a turbo. Yeah, compressor is not the same as a turbo, but it's supercharged, right? Yeah, what can I say? If the doctor tells you you only got 3 months to live, man, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's a wise choice. Probably not, but I don't believe this kilometers. First of all, I don't believe it. I mean, this car is what was it again? I don't even see the age. But this has to be 2003 to 2004. More specifications. Let's just see. Not too long. Yeah. Is there a license plate on the car? Yeah, there is a license plate. Then you can look it up like that. Okay, but this doesn't. Yeah, these cars were built until 2005, and this license plate was introduced because this is on Dutch license and registration. This license plate was introduced after 2008, so yeah, it's imported, which is shady. Moving on. 2007, 13K. Okay. Story cars. Okay, this is the W221, 221, 221 in black with the right set of rims. Yeah, it's just a mobster car, isn't it? Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. Yeah, oh man. Yeah, black on the outside, like this on the inside with piano black lacquer, everything in it. Beautiful sunroof. Yeah, this is just what you want. This is just as long as it lasts, guys. As long as it lasts, you know? 13K. Okay, let me. Okay, so this is the 416 horsepower edition. Okay, what we got? Runs on LPG, liquid petroleum gas, so not petrol, not diesel. It's gas, really gas, not petrol, gas. It's funny. Here, V8, Mercedes-Benz. Yeah, I like him. I like it. Think about it when you have something like this standing in your driveway. 13K, close to 14K. Let's go back. Yeah, 13K. But it's driven quite some kilometers. What can I advise you guys? Is this? It really depends on your budget. It does. Because we saw some cars that go for 3, 4, 5K. Uh, they might drive fine, you know, they might. Um, do your research. Check some of the videos that I made because I did my research about individual cars because this is what my channel is about, right? I mean, you have a certain generation that you fancy. Mercedes upgrades engines. They do certain things to engines to make them more efficient or make have more power output. Car manufacturers are very smart, but designing a whole new engine takes a lot of R&D, which makes it more expensive. So if they have a good basis, what I talked about earlier, the S55 goes a long way with Mercedes-Benz. That's reliable technology. That's what you want. If you have reliable technology inside the Mercedes-Benz, it will serve you for many years. But it's very difficult to find a reliable piece of engine, and the whole bodywork and everything is all rust and corrosion proof. That's like a difficult puzzle. But when you have a garage queen or something like that that still made their kilometers every year, had maintenance and everything like that, then you can still buy it. And if you have a car that drives 400,000 kilometers, that has documentation, always sleep inside, barely has any rust, I will buy it like this. Because you need to take the same treatment. Maybe just store it inside a garage, put some premium fuel in it from time to time, and just drive it long distance on a Sunday, and that's enough. And then you have a car. It comes with a lot of cost, and things might break, but I really believe so. I mean, I'm from Europe. I'm not super nationalistic, but I think this is the best of the best. When it comes to luxury cars, of course, the Japanese with Lexus make great cars, but they don't trigger the same kind of emotions that these kind of cars do. When you ask me, you didn't ask me, but I just tell you, right? That's why you're watching. So let's just move on. CDI again. Oh man, this is like a cheap pimp, a cheap pimp with a lot of budget bitches. Hey man, give me money, man. Beautiful. No, 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 no. Oh man, look at that car phone, man. It's like, you better have my money, bitch. Leather seats. I don't know, man. It's beautiful. It's well thought out. It's well engineered, but it just is this your taste, or is just for me? It's just a little bit too much to the point that it gets me laughing. I don't know if you feel the same way. If you do, then let me know. Yeah. Oh yeah. Back then they didn't have no reverse camera. They didn't even have any sensors or anything. So you just look out the window and you just look where this metal piece of thing is sticking, and then when you see it's getting closer to the wall or to a certain object, then you know that you're almost there. Very basic but very effective. Ooh, from the 70s. 78. What you buying? 6K. This is really an old timer. Would I recommend this? No, I wouldn't. Oh, look at how it looks. Looks like a cheap whorehouse. I'm sorry. Yeah, it really does. But anyway, you have some decent leather in there or maybe something else. It really depends on you. It really depends on you if you like this kind of stuff. Engineering wise, they're pretty good, but 78, man. That's a long time ago, right? Mm. Moving on. S400 Hybrid 2009. Okay, so here this is the introduction that Mercedes was already exploring when it comes to hybrids. I don't know how you call it, plug-in hybrid, mild hybrid. I'm not the right kind of person to talk to when it comes to electric cars. I don't know and I don't care at this point, but let's see what it is. It's probably a V6 with an electric engine, but we'll find out. So this is a hybrid already. People bought them back then just to show them how green they are while they still floor the Autobahn, burning 15 liters every 100 kilometers, being very green and very economical. You know, I want to go. Yeah, I like this. I like this S-Class as well. Okay. Good. Let's back out. Specs. Zoom out, please. Okay, let's do it like this then. So 2009, 226,000 kilometers driven, which is the kind of fuel used is a hybrid petrol. It's a sedan. Axi radius, which is when the car is fully fueled, what's the range? Range. So more than 1,000 kilometers. So from the Netherlands, you should be able to reach Italy, which is nice on one tank of fuel and petrol. Euro 5. Yeah, the average consumption 12.3 liters. 9 liters. Okay, here we got it. The engine is a 6-cylinder, rear-wheel drive, 3.5 liters 6-cylinder, producing 279 horsepower. Yeah, no turbo. Not bad. It's driven quite a lot of kilometers, but 2009, come on, guys. I'm sure this car still got plenty of life in it. It doesn't look bad. But let's move on. If we find something special, the 320 for 6K for the 500. Let's find something special. The SEC 83. Yeah, some people like it. This is really Mercedes 80 style. Look at it. Gotta love it. Oh man. You be the judge. You like this? Looks original to you? Doesn't look original to me? No, it doesn't. Looks kind of horrible to me. It's already kind of a horrible car. Anyway, more pictures, please. I don't know what's happening to my laptop. Jesus. Zoom out. Brown leather seats. Yeah, you also gotta look at the pictures. Nah, forget about it. So forget about it. Just gotta. I just need a shower right now. I don't know. It just doesn't feel good. Moving on. S55 large, long wheelbase. 99 still does much kilometers. Show me, because this is what you want. The S55 of this generation $19.99. Exactly the kind of paint that I want for this car. Not the rims. I'll take them. Oh, I see a leather steering wheel with wood. This is on the edge, but this is how I like it. This is how I want it. I don't even need a star over here. I don't need to. This is a proper AMG. I hope. Yeah, if this is really an S55, it is. AMG rims? I guess so. What kind of brand is this? Falcon? I don't know. Oh, hell no. Oh. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if this is original. Man, look at this. Look like a milkshake bar, right? But anyway, let's just move on. Go a little bit quicker. Yes. Oh man, that's such a shame. This should have been white leather. But look at the ass. V8, okay. You get the drill. Anything else special? S500 2006, 81,000 kilometers driven. That's nothing. Always got to check if live streaming still goes well. It does. You never know. Look at this, guys. Could be your first S-Class. Nice rims. The perfect color. 16K. You got yourself a V8. This is the best car you will ever own. Look at it. Think about it. You know, you're in your 30s, pulling up to your girlfriend's house, and the father of your girlfriend drives a Prius, and you park this car next to him, right? And then you're gonna introduce yourself and be humble. Gotta love it. Gotta love it, man. Gotta dream. Yeah, look at it. Beauty. It's a beauty. And not only because the way it looks, probably also the way it makes you feel on the autobahn and long distance trips, then you're really gonna appreciate a car like this. It's just built to eat up the miles. So this is the S500. They already had some electronic gadgets in here. Beautiful. Electronic keys, warranties, manuals, stuff like that. Let's back out a little bit. What can we find on the car? 2006. Axi radius, okay, so 750-ish kilometers, maybe less. Euro 4, 8-cylinder, 5.5 liters for the S500. Rear-wheel drive and almost 400 horsepower. Yeah, what more you want, guys? What more you want? Seriously, I mean, 16K. I don't own this car. I don't have a friend that sells this, but look at it. In my opinion, it looks great. But what are you buying? You never know. So do an inspection. Do an independent inspection. If your budget is 20K, spend 1K on a proper inspection. You might lose that money. but that will save you a lot of headache. And if an independent guy says, okay, this is a good car, but this and that need to be fixed, you do your calculation, you might negotiate with the seller, and you got yourself, yeah, a premium car in the driveway. Look at it. Not bad. Also, this model, it really starts to grow on me. It really does. Looking good. Okay, here we are. Here we are. Okay, what else we got? A lot of the same. This looks strange. 93, 106,000 kilometers driven. The S600 V12. Okay, it just looks strange. First of all, this color doesn't match that color, right? This is from Espanol. This is probably Spain, which is okay because they have a better climate than the north. I don't know. It's okay. So this is the S600 Coupe. See if we can back out. Okay, these kind of websites sucked. Come on. Yeah, here we go. Classic Benz, two-seater with a two-seater with a V12. I mean, that's funny. 93 guys. This is old stuff. But the V12s are quite reliable, especially with the right maintenance. But yeah, you need some money, you know. They eat up money. But every time you sit in them and you drive them and you just hear the sound and you feel the pulling power of this engine, yeah, it costs money. Emotions cost money. You can also buy a Kia, you know, with a 3-cylinder, half-a-liter engine, you know. Oh, here I have the 94 350D. So a very old Mercedes-Benz diesel, which, man, they're built for life. But this is an S-Class? Oh yeah, they are. I thought it was something else. Weird color. Okay, which year is this? 94. Turbo diesel. CD changer in the back from Philips. Look at it. This was the shit in the 90s, but now you're laughing at it. Yeah, 90s. Oh man. Who's sitting here, man? Turkish cab driver? No offense, but still. Jesus, man. Look at that. It's neglected. Also quite a lot of kilometers. But it's the V12. Yeah, okay. If you got a lot of balls and you're very keen with fixing engines, this could be a nice project car. You can maybe bargain it down to 5K if the guy is desperate. Yeah, but in the end, you have to decide, this is a nice car. Yeah, to a certain degree. But it's a diesel. What you still gonna do with it? Also diesel. The S500 petrol. This was one of the best you could buy in 85, which is my own model year. Somehow these cars are timeless. They are timeless. Also Espanol, also Spain. Yeah, Spain is in a crisis. A lot of people can't pay for their cars no more. So that might be a potential gold mine when it comes to these kind of cars. Especially if they survive the climate there. Because cars don't really suffer that much in the south. In the north, we have harsh winters. They put salt on the roads when it's icy and snowy. It's just different. But I don't know if this is original. Yellow lamps, yeah, it might be original. Maybe these taillights have been changed. Anyway, moving on. Another S55 AMG 2000. They almost want 18k for it, which is quite a lot of money. Black on black. Yeah, guys. What should I say? What should I say? Mm. We covered this car now plenty of times, the W220. This is just the mob starved car. I'm not gonna go into this. We need to go to a different kind of car. The S55, no way. Like this kilometers is just too perfect. 99.906. Oh yeah. Nah. Be aware. A lot of scammers out there, man. Let's see. 2002. So this is a late model. This one looks a little bit more healthy somehow. I don't know. I don't really like black on black. This looks better. The right rims, AMG rims, 2002. We all watched the movie from 50 Cent back down in 2005. He had the W140, and this is the next generation. Basically what he bought, but then the next generation. S55 AMG, gotta love it. Gotta love it. I'm sure these seats are so great, and the punch from the engine is so good. Can we just check? Look, captain seats. Oh, this is the long wheelbase. Man, you're buying so much car for the money. Yes, it's old, but if you don't drive a lot, again, I don't have any stocks. I don't know the guy who sells this kind of car, but it's so tacky. It's so early 2000s, but I like it. I like it a lot. Let's just see what more of kind of specifications we got. 2002, 85,000 kilometers driven, petrol, 5-speed automatic, S55 AMG. What does that mean? Euro 3. Okay. So 5.5 liter V8 rear wheel drive, 362 horsepower. It's just plenty. I'm not sure how many minutes we are already in here. No idea, but let's see. We'll just continue until we find a few nice ones and then we close it off. So here, still in budget, is the S600. Top of the range, 2004. This was one of the last years that they produced this generation. Again, the W220. And this generation ran from 2000, no, from 99 until 2005, 2006-ish. Basically the S-Class for the early 2000s. S600 back then it meant a V12. This one has a V12. Yeah, not bad, guys. 16K. But yeah, the thing is, again, who buys these kind of cars? You're gonna do lots of miles and no, you're not gonna buy a V12. But if you just want something special, you work from home most of the time, and you want one car just, to sometimes just have a nice drive, this could be something. Cars were different back then. They were just different. You gotta look for wear and tear on the steering wheel as well. This doesn't look that very proper, so I don't think the kilometers really match the advertisement. A lot of shady people out there nowadays, That's why I stick to what I have. I also want this. I also really want this, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't drive enough and I don't have any place to work on it and I don't have enough knowledge. But if I would, you can buy these kind of cars, do a few improvements here and there and flip them for, profits. You can. S350 4MATIC. Okay, I think we're almost at 1 hour. (2008) S350. Not bad. 16K, a little bit more than that. We gotta look if this is a petrol or not. Specifications. 2008. 350. Okay. Euro 4. A 6-cylinder. 3.5 liter 6-cylinder. Almost 300 horsepower. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, let's just go through this. Okay, for 16K you also buy something from the late 60s on LPG. I don't know why you would do that, but this is W108 S-Class from the late 60s. Again, yeah. Yeah, what can I say? Maybe you are born in the 50s and you remember these as a child. I don't know. I don't think they're particularly beautiful, but I'm sure that they're good cars and they're comfortable, and especially for the time. But yeah, for me, when it comes to Mercedes, it's just the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. And that's actually the age that I'm from. So I don't know what that says about me or people in general. But the 60s and 70s doesn't do it for me. Oh man, here's the 80s again. It just breathes 80s, right? Look at this. Man. 380 SEC. This is fake. Don't even know what it says. What's this? Spark plugs. Okay, what you want for it? Still 11K. 83. It's driven way more kilometers. 4-speed automatic. 8-cylinder. Almost 4 liters big. 204 horsepower. Okay, back then it was a whole lot. Yeah. I think we're almost coming up at the end. I don't see anything between the 140, the 1220, and the 1221, which is understandable. Here we also have 74, but there's 3K. I'm not gonna go in here. S350 CDI 2011, 10 years old. So a diesel that's 10 years old, the S-Class. You still have a relatively new Benz, but it is a diesel from May of 2011. Heated seats, cooled seats, massage function, everything on it. 10 years old. If you still do lots of miles, could be an option. Moving on. 64, 82, 71, 76. $1990, the 560 SEL. So one of the best S classes for the early 90s and the late 80s. This one is imported for California. I can tell by the headlights, and I see here on the license plate still 20k. Claims to have driven 72,000 kilometers, which is nothing for these kind of cars. Looks good on the outside, but it might be a polished third, so to speak. You never know, but it looks all great. New steering wheel, everything. You can flip a car. You can do it. Yeah, American spec dials. It's be imported to the Netherlands, I guess. Don't know why, but Stuttgart, Germany. It was built in Germany. Made in Germany. Okay, so it went to our brothers in the United States, and now it's be back on European shores. 560 SEL. Man. What can I say? These are great cars. Still nowadays, but you know, you compare it to consumption figures. Also, when you drive a car like this in Holland, it's not built for a car like this. When you go to the supermarket, everything is so cramped and so tight, and you don't want nobody to open their door against your car, especially when it's your baby, right? I don't know. It's not very practical. I would only get a car like this if I really, really like this model. And somehow I do. Yeah, you can see the chrome wheels here. We don't have that in Europe. This is really typical American. I like the color. It looks good. The paint job looks good. The interior looks good. It's still a lot of money, you know. 1990 that was a long time ago. Okay, let's move on. Let's pick one more car, and then I'm gonna leave you guys alone and wish you a great weekend. What the hell is this? Okay, let's just end this video with a crazy car. What is this? This looks like a car from GTA. Is this an S-Class? Looks more like an E-Class or something. 75? Okay, this could be an S-Class. Could be. Yeah, okay. This car looks really shady. Looks like a budget pimp, It does. It does. I'm sorry to go back to that, but looks like it. Mm. Manual, I guess. The typical old school Mercedes upholstery, steering wheel, dials. Okay, so 75 LPG now, 4 speed, a manual 4 speed. Okay, 6 cylinder, turning out 156 horsepower. I don't know how much displacement, but I think it's pretty laughable. I'm just if you drive a car like this in 2021, you either have to have a lot of style to make sure that the whole picture, is all solid and everything, or you're just a clown. I don't know. It's funny. But as you can see, there's plenty cars out there. I mean, they still have plenty of W1240s out there with the turbo diesel. They're pretty bulletproof, I don't know if you should still buy a car like this in 2021, but yeah, it can still serve you well. It can still serve you well. And 96 diesel, I'm telling you, back then it didn't really matter that much with emissions and stuff like that. It didn't. They just wanted to build the best car possible. This is a young timer looking pretty good. It really depends if you still want to drive a diesel. For all you European listeners, it's just a simple calculation. You buy these cars cheap, and let me see again what we should pay for this. Still 18K, which is ridiculous. It's a lot of money for diesel, especially 96. So this should be like really top of the bill. But it looks okay from the surface. Let's see if 70,000 kilometers is nothing, guys. And this looks brand new. And Mercedes diesels, especially from the 80s and 90s, they were so bulletproof. So in the long run, this might be cheaper to run than just a brand new car. It's all about calculations. Mercedes will never build cars like this no more, especially the diesels. Diesels is dead. But if you make lots of miles for a couple of years, you do the math. This might be a good option. And on that bombshell, I want to end this live stream. I want to wish all of you a great weekend. Thanks for watching again. I'm going to see if I continue with this in November or December. But I'm almost run out of Mercedes models, so I will move on to BMW and Audi. Hope you guys don't mind. And if you have any suggestions for Mercedes-Benz models that I haven't covered yet, just please leave a note in the description, and I'll do a video on them, because I want it to be Mercedes-Benz channel first, and then we'll see the rest, because we roll like that, right? Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Enjoy yourself. Have a nice day. Have a nice weekend. Until the next one. Peace.